Okay guys, hopefully that you finished your drawing and inked it and erased it well, and then you've downloaded it onto your computer and you've got it saved as a JPEG. If you do have an HEIC, remember you'll have to convert it from an HEIC to a JPEG. That's easily done using an online converter. Just type in HEIC to JPEG and follow the instructions on the site. So first things first, I'm going to open this, file open, and I'm going to find my picture. It's here. On the left hand side I've got my toolbar. One of the things I want to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4 tools down and choose the magic wand tool. Now I've already got my magic wand on top, so I could have just clicked that. I also noticed that the shortcut key is W, so I could have just clicked W on the keyboard. I've got my navigator tool here. If you don't have it, you can go to Window, Navigator, and it'll pop up here where the histogram is. If you don't like that, you can drag it over and drop it. But for me, I've already got it here. Slide in the bar so you can easily see your black line. Put your magic wand on the black line and click it. Now what that does is it puts marching ants or a selection around the whole thing, but you'll notice that things that aren't touching are not getting selected. Or things that are kind of slightly less gray or less black and more gray aren't getting selected. I could have this contiguous button unclicked. I could mess with this tolerance, but right now I'm just going to right click and say similar, and I'll notice that grabbed everything that was kind of similar to that, even if it was connected or not connected. If I'd rather get more of these lines, I could do it again, but then I might pick up some stray pencil marks that I don't want. The next thing I'm going to do is down here in the bottom right corner, I'm going to click this plus in a box to create a new layer. There's a trash can next to that. I'm going to hit the plus in a box. Now I've got layer 1 in background layer. And then I'm going to go to Edit, Fill. And this will be defaulted to content aware. That's great for filling in pictures with their own background, but here I'm going to choose black and say OK. I'm going to take this background layer and poke its eye out so I can't see it anymore. That checkerboard pattern just means transparency. So that means that I can see through this, and I've just got my lines isolated on a single layer. I'm going to hold Control and hit D to deselect my lines, and I'm going to right click and create a duplicate layer. So now I have got, and say OK there. Now I've got 2 copies of my line layer. I'm going to keep one as a safety, and I'm going to use the other one to color. When I go to color, I'm going to get my paint bucket here, pick the color that I want. I can hit this top color box, or I can go over here and move this up and down, or there's also a top color box here that I can choose. I want my guy to be kind of green-gray, so I'm going to say OK. When I click, you'll notice that there's a little bit of a halo around the line, and also there's these little nooks and crannies that didn't get colored. I'm not going to care about those, but I am going to double and triple click to fill that better. When I go to my face, I do notice that I do have an open line, so my color's bleeding into my eye. You might have color bleeding into the background. You get a Control Z to undo that. Get the brush tool, and it's the B key on the keyboard. Make sure that my brush up here is 100% hardness, which it is. Click off to get off there. Click this little black and white box over here, and that's going to give me black. And I can use the bracket tools on the keyboard to change the size. I can also change the size up here, but what I like about the brackets, which are right between the backspace and the enter key, I can change the brush size and actually see it changing. So I'm just gonna, I'm Control Z that. I'm just gonna connect this line and go back to the paint bucket, which I noticed before was a G key on the keyboard, so that's what I just did. But now how do I get this color again? I'm going to hold the Alt key, and I'll turn this into the eyedropper. If I forget that, there's an eyedropper tool right here that I can always choose. But for me, I like to keep it on the paint tool I'm using, and there you go, the color stayed where it was. Still want to double and triple click, that way it fills. I'll show you guys in a minute how to cover all those little gaps and holes as I go through and color the entire thing. When I am done coloring the entire thing, and I'm not going to sit here and color the entire thing for you, I've got lots of little holes because I have lots of texture in my drawing. I'm going to hit this plus in a box again, grab this and drag it under layer 2. I can rename it by double clicking the word and typing underpainting in here. Get my brush tool back on, I can click on it, or remember I can just hit B on the keyboard, make it as big as I want it to be, and just start painting here. Now, I don't want to paint out here because that'll show, but as long as everything on this layer is above it, it's only going to show where there's transparency. And since I'm going to color the pants, I don't care if I go down here, and I don't care if I go on the ribs because I'm going to color the ribs. So I don't really care about that stuff. And if I need to do any fine tuning on that, I can just paint it on this layer right above the other stuff. The only thing that I might run into that I got to watch out for, again, I use the brackets. I even let a little get in the eye because I know that's going to paint bucket nicely because it's a clean shape. The only thing I got to watch out for is that when I go to fill this, I might have little nooks and crannies in here. I want to just paint those on, okay? When I'm working on the underpainting layer, though, when I want to go switch to the paint bucket, say I want to color his hair, and I want to color it red-orange or something, brown-red, and I go to fill it, it's going to go everywhere. And the reason is that's still on the underpainting layer, which looks like this. And I don't want my underpainting layer to look like this, okay, because that's not really the vibe I'm going for. I want to make sure that I'm on the paint bucket layer, Control Z out, and that's layer 1. That's where I'm going to do my paint bucketing, you see, and then I've got the lines holding the paint in, but there are no lines on the underpainting layer. I did notice something on my brush. My flow's at 90%, so you'll notice that I did have some transparency here on some of these lines. So I want to watch that these settings don't get changed or messed up, or the opacity or the flow are down, because that will prevent me from coloring correctly on here. So I'm going to keep going till I got the entire thing color flatted. That means there's single color on everything, and I'll show you guys how to do the shading in a different video.